Hello friends, welcome to another video. In today's video, we will analyze Forex commodity indices and cryptos markets. And in Forex, we will talk about the major Forex pairs. In commodities, we will talk about natural gas, crude oil, silver, and the gold. In indices, we will talk about S&P 500 and US 30. And in cryptos, we will talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, we are going to start with the AUDUSD. And as we can see, starting from here, we have the low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, and higher, high, because the price broke and closed above the previous high. So because the price broke and closed above the previous high, so we can expect a beginning of an uptrend here. But in order to confirm that, of course, we need like more high highs and higher low structures. So let's talk about what are the possible trading setup in this market. Now, if the price keep going lower and give us a break and close below this low, then we are expecting the price to hit this support zone. And like once the price hit this support zone, we can go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of bullish momentum, like kind of a double bottom and a bullish engulfing kind of candles in order to take trades on the H4 and H1. So this is going to be a trading setup that we can focus on daily on AUDUSD. Other than that, if we see on the 4-hour chart, now as you can see, price is making low, low, high, low, 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 high, low, 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 high, low, low, and this is going to be the same high. And now, if the price break and close below the previous low, then we are going to wait for a pullback into the previous broken zone or the recent broken zone. And once the price reaches this zone, again we are going to the lower time frames for the H1, which are lower time frames for the H4, which are H1 and minute 15. And again, we are going to look for like a pattern kind of a double top or the bearish engulfing candle in order to go short. Initially, we can keep a target of like a previous low, and accordingly, depending upon the price action, we can extend our target. So these are the possible scenarios on the 4-hour and the daily on the AUDUSD, which we can keep an eye on. On New Zealand USD, starting from here, we can see low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, and then the price broke and close above the previous high. So again, we can expect a beginning of an uptrend here, but in order to confirm that, we need some more higher highs and higher low structures. So if we talk about the possible trading setup and scenario on New Zealand USD, then we can expect a pullback into this strong support zone, and once the price reaches this zone, we can go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of bullish momentum, like a double bottom kind of patterns, to go long on New Zealand USD. That is one setup. Another setup is if the price keep going lower, we can also expect the price to reach the zone and give us some kind of bounce. So same thing we are going to do. Once the price reaches the zone, we are going to go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern in order to go long in this market. So these are the two possible scenarios that we can focus on New Zealand USD. On EURUSD, as we can see, price is making lower lows and lower highs. Starting from here, we have the low, lower, high, low, low, lower, high, lower, low, same high. And right now, the price is between this high and this low. So as we can see, price is consistently making lower lows and lower highs. So we are in a bearish market. If we talk about the possible trading setup, then we can wait for a break and close below the previous low. And in order to make that happen, we are going to expect that the price is going to retest the support zone, and as we can see, this is a strong support zone as we tested multiple times in the past. So once the price reaches this daily support zone, we are going to go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern in order to take an entry on the H4 time frame to go long. So that's going to be the setup that we can focus on EURUSD. And on GBPUSD, starting from here, we have low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, same low, and you can see the prices between this high and this low. We made like pull back and like bounce from the same zone. So anyways, we are making lower lows and lower highs, so we are in a kind of bullish, like a bit bearish momentum. So if we talk about the possible trading setup, as we can see, like a bullish engulfing candle at this daily support, so and this another red candle. So because we are in a strong support zone, so if on the 4-hour time frame we find some kind of like a double bottom kind of pattern on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, then we can look to go long here. This is going to be the one possibility. And another possibility is if the price gives us a convincing breakout to the downside below all these lows, then we can also wait for the price to pull back into the recent broken zone. And once that happens, again we are going to go to H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double top or bearish engulfing candle to go short in the market. Again, we can keep our target, initial target, as the previous low, and we can extend our target depending upon the price action and the market structure at that time. So these are the possibilities that we can focus on GBPUSD. On USDCAD, as we can see, price is making higher highs and higher lows on the daily. So starting from here, we have high low, higher low, and these two highs are the same, so we will consider the higher highs. And now the price is between this high and this low. So as we are making higher highs and higher lows, so we are bullish. Now in order to talk about the trading setup, then we are going to wait for the price to pull back lower into the previous daily low or the higher low of this uptrend. And once the price reaches this zone, we are going to go to the lower time frame H4 and H1 and look for some kind of a double bottom kind of pattern to go long on this pair. Now this is going to be like the setup on the daily, and if we try to check what's happening on the 4-hour, then on the 4-hour we can say it's a higher low, and then we have a higher high broken close above the previous high, and right now the price is between this high and this low. So what we are expecting, as we are making higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hour chart, so we are expecting the price to pull back into the previous low of this uptrend. So once that happens, we are going to go to the lower time frames for the 4-hour, which are H1 and minute 15. And again, we are going to look for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern. We can keep this one as initial target, as this is like a lots of like peaks and resistance in this area. So we can keep this one as initial target, and we can extend our target to the previous high as well. So these are the possible setups on the 4-hour and the daily on USDCAD. Next, we are going to talk about USDJPY. So USDJPY, as we can see, starting from here, we have the low, lower, high, lower, low, same high, lower, low, and same high, and then we made this low, and right now the price is right into the previous resistance zone. So because the price is right into the previous resistance zone, if we find like some kind of double top kind of pattern on the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart, we can look to go short in this market, considering this one as the target, as this is going to be a strong support zone on the daily. So that's going to be one scenario. If we do not find that, and price gives a break and close on the daily above all these highs, it's better if we get a close above the previous high, because if you see on the daily, this is a high low, higher high, higher low. So if we get a new higher high in this main uptrend on the daily, then that's like more convincing breakout to the upside and more convincing confirmation in order to continue the trend to the upside. So if we get a closure to the upside, we are going to wait for a pullback into the broken zone, and once that happens, again we are going to go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern to go long. This is going to be the one setup. Along with this, I will tell you one more setup for the counter trend trades, because we are expecting the price to break and close above these highs and these highs. So if the price hit, give us a break and close above this one, so we are expecting price to hit this zone, which is going to be a strong resistance zone. In order that the price reaches this zone or hit this zone, so we are going to go to lower time frame H4 and H1, and we can look for some kind of a double top kind of pattern to go look for a short trade, although like with a small profit target, on USDJPY, but that will be our counter trend trades because we are expecting the price to make a higher high, so we are bullish and we are looking for a short trade in bullish market. So that will be a counter trend trade. And if you are a new trader, if you are a beginner and still not profitable, so I will recommend you please stay consistent, with the trend continuation trades only, and avoid counter trend trades at the moment. Once you start making profit and get confidence as a trend continuation trader, you will learn counter trend trades, how to trade counter trend trades along the way. So that's my recommendations. Next, we are going to talk about the natural gas from the commodities. And in the commodities, as we can see, prices making high highs and high lows. Starting from here, we have the high low, high high, high low. And right now, the price broke and close above this high and this previous high. So price gave us a broken close above here and then retest this high previous broken zone. We already saw bounce here, so we can see the price is making high highs and high lows, so we are bullish in the market. If we talk about the possible trading scenario now that we can focus on, because we can already see like we have this bullish engulfing candles and the momentum to the upside for the bounce. So still, if we find a pullback into this zone and find some once the price reaches this zone, again we are going to go to H4 and H1 and look for some kind of bullish momentum and look for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern. If we find, we can look for a trade with the target considering this high. That's going to be the one setup. If that doesn't happen and the price break below this one and reaches the next zone, that is also okay. Once the price reaches this zone, we are going to go to H4 and H1 and look for double bottom kind of pattern to go long here as well. So these are the two possible scenarios we can focus on at the moment on natural gas. Next, we are going to talk about US oil. On the US oil, we have the low, lower high, low, low, lower high, lower low, and right now the price is into the previous resistance zone at the moment. So as we are in the resistance zone, so we are going to look for short trades at the moment. If on the lower time frame H4 and H1 we find some kind of double bottom kind of pattern, double top kind of pattern, then we can look for a short trade considering this one as a profit target, because this is going to be a support, so the price might bounce from here. So if we find a double top, we can take a short trade considering this one as the target. That's going to be the one opportunity. In other scenarios, the price doesn't give us a shorting trades and give us a break and close above this high, and it's better if we get a break and close above all these three highs, so that will be more convincing breakout to the upside. So in that scenario, we are going to wait for a pullback into the broken zone, and once the price reaches this zone, we are going to go to H4 and H1 and look again for some kind of double bottom kind of pattern considering the previous high as our target. So this is going to be the possible scenario that we can focus on. US oil. Next, we are going to talk about US silver. So starting from here, we have the low, lower high, low, low, lower high, low, low, lower high. And right now, the price is in this support zone, strong support zone. As you can see, many bounces from this zone previously. So right now, we are in strong support zone. So no trade because the price is in a downtrend. So we are not going to look for bullish trades here. But if we talk about the possible trading setup and scenario, if the price give us a break and close below all these wicks, then we are going to wait for a pullback into the broken zone. And once that happens, we are going to go to lower time frames, H4 and H1, and look for some kind of double top kind of pattern to go short in the market. So this is going to be the possible scenario that we can focus on silver, on the gold. It looks bearish. Starting from here, we have the low, lower high, lower low, same high, and right now the price is within this high and this low, but because we are making lower lows and lower highs, so we are bearish. So in terms of trading setup, we are going to wait for the price to continue lower and hit this support zone, and if that happens, we are going to go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom pattern to go long. We can consider this as initial target, and we can extend our target depend upon the price action, but because it's like the price is going in a downtrend and the trade that we are looking for is a counter trend trade, so it's better we close our trade before the resistance, because the price can anytime start continuing with the main trend. So that's going to be the setup that we can focus on the daily. If we check on the 4 hour, we can see low, lower high, low, low, lower high. So as we can see in the 4 hour chart, we are also making lower lows and lower highs. So in order to continue the downtrend, we are going to wait for a break and close below the previous low. In that scenario, we again will wait for a pullback into the broken zone. And once that happens, we are going to go to lower time frames at like for the 4 hour, the lower time frames are H1 and minute 15. And again, once price reaches there, we are going to look for double tap on H1 and the minute 15, and if that happens, we can take the short trade considering the previous low as our target. So that's going to be the setup on the H4 and the daily on gold. Next, we are going to talk about S&P 500. S&P 500. So let's go to daily chart. As you can see, price is making higher highs and higher lows. Starting from here, we have a high low and higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and retest of the previous low. Now, in this case, as you can see, the price didn't close below the wicks of the previous low, so we are still bullish, right? So, as we are making higher highs and higher lows, so we are bullish. And so, if we talk about the possible trading setup, as we can see, the price already bounced from the previous low, as we expected in the last week video, but still, if the price gives us another opportunity, another retest of the zone, again we are going to go to the lower time frames H4 and F1 and look for some kind of double bottom kind of patterns with the initial target of this one and the final target can be this one. So this is the possible scenario which we are going to focus on S&P 500. On USDT also, as you can see, the price is bullish, making high highs and high lows. Starting from here, we have a high and low, high high, high low, high high, high low, same high, same low. And out of these all highs, we will consider high highs. So we made high highs of all these highs, and then we made a pullback and a bounce. But still, price didn't reach the previous low. So if we talk about the possible trading setup on US 30, we are going to wait for a pullback into the previous low, and once price reaches this zone, we are going to go to lower time frame H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom pattern. And we can consider this one because it's a resistance zone, so we can consider this one as our target profit, initial target profit, and depending upon the price action, we can extend our target to the higher side. So that's going to be the scenario that we can focus on US 30. Next, we are going to talk about Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin, starting from here, we have high low, high high, high low. Then we have high high, high low, high high, lower low because the price doesn't close below the previous low. Now lower high and lower low. So as we can see, price was making high highs and higher lows, so we were bullish. Now price had made a transition and started making lower lows and lower highs. So we are considering the price bearish, and so we will look for bearish trades. So let's talk about the possible trading setup in the market now. So as we can see, the price is in a strong resistance zone, and also we can see the 20 EMA, which is blue one, is about to close below to the 50 EMA, which is red. So if the price pull back again higher and give, like once the price reaches the zone, again we are going to go to H4 and F1 and look for some kind of double top kind of pattern to go short. Although this is going to be a support zone, so we will take our profits before this zone. That's going to be a possible trading setup. On the other side, if the price hit this zone, although this will be a counter trend trade, but we know that this is a strong support zone as we tested multiple times in the past. So if the price hit this zone, we can also look for counter trend trade on the lower time frames, which are H4 and H1. So once price hit this zone, we can go to lower time frames H4 and H1 and look for some kind of double bottom pattern in order to go long. But we should keep our target profit very low in this counter trend trade. So, and as I said earlier, if you are a new trader, just stay away from counter trend trades. So next we are going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum, guys, starting from here, we have a high, low, high, high, and right now the price gave us a break and close below the previous low, but it's not a very convincing breakout to the downside. So, like, if we get a more convincing breakout to the downside, we can wait for a pullback into the broken zone, and by the time 20 EMA will also cross below the 50. So, in that scenario, the price gives a break and close below and retest into the zone, then we can go to lower time frames at 4 and at 1 and look for some kind of double top kind of pattern to look to go short in this market. That's going to be the one setup. Also, if we can see that on the weekly, this is going to be a strong support zone. So if on the daily, if the price keep going lower and hit this zone, although it will be a counter trend trade on the daily, but as we saw on the weekly that it is a like weekly is still bullish and this is a support on the weekly. So once price hit this zone, we can go to lower time frames at 4 and H1 and look for some kind of a double bottom pattern in order to go long, and that will be a counter trend trade on the daily. So these are going to be the two setups that we can focus on Ethereum. So that's it, guys. It was the analysis. And if you're interested in finding out more setups on the daily, 4-hour, and the 1-hour charts, as I mentioned and explained and analyzed in this video, then you can join our Telegram channel. Although it's a new Telegram channel with only I think 2 subscribers, where I regularly share the trading setup from the daily, 4-hour, and the 1-hour chart. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you really did like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel in order to support the channel and YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. See you in another video.